Would you like to vie as a senator in Kenya today? Then you may want to take a minute or two to go through the episode where we looked at the requirements that somebody needs to have to vie as an MCA. Because except for one or two requirements, majority of them are similar. But I'm still going to take time and run you through them. Before I do that, allow me to remind you that this is the Linda Ogweno Political Show. In this show, we purpose to increase the number of women participating in politics, and for the ones who are participating as political candidates, to increase the number of successful ones. This we will achieve through training women about politics and the political processes in Kenya. So what are the requirements that someone needs to have to be able to vie as a senator? First, you need to be a Kenyan who's over 18 years of age. You need to have registered as a voter in Kenya, preferably in the county where you want to vie as a senator. You need to be a Kenyan citizen at least 10 years before the date of elections. You shouldn't have sworn allegiance to a foreign state. You shouldn't also be a dual citizen. Should you be a dual citizen, then this should have been something that has been discussed or has gone through the law processes, and there is no room for change. You should be a person of sound mind. You shouldn't have been declared bankrupt. You shouldn't be serving term or convicted to serve term at least 6 months from the date of elections. If you're a state officer, you should have resigned from your job. And this is according to the dates that IEBC will announce. But there is an exception to this rule. For the ones who are currently serving as members of parliament, then this rule does not apply to them. You should have decided whether you're going to vie as an independent candidate or whether you're going to vie representing a political party. You should be somebody of good moral and ethical standards, aligned to the Integrity Act of 2012. The Leadership and Integrity Act of 2012. You shouldn't have also been found to have contravened Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya. You shouldn't have been found to have abused office and contravened Articles 75, 76, 77, and 78 of the Constitution of Kenya. You shouldn't also have been ousted out of office through an impeachment process. So once you have looked at these requirements and you have found yourself to be a fit candidate, then which documents do you need to equip yourself with that you are going to hand over to IEBC? If you're vying representing a political party, the first document you need to have is a copy of your national identity card or passport, depending on the one that you use when you are registering as a voter. You also need to have a passport photo. Remember, when you're taking this photo, to take it against a white background. When you're submitting this photo, you will be required to submit both a hard copy and a soft copy. A soft copy means you save the photo in an external device that you submit to IEBC. A hard copy means you print it, then submit the printed copy. You also need to have your political party nomination certificate that has been signed by the person mandated with the responsibility of signing within your political party. You also need to fill in the application form for a senator that you will download from the IEBC the IEBC website. When you're filling it in, remember you will need 2 people from your political party to sign for you as well. You also need to submit a code of conduct form that you have signed. If you're vying as an independent candidate, then you need to submit a copy of your national ID or passport. You also need to submit a passport photograph, again taken against a white background, submitted both as a hard copy and as a soft copy. The third requirement you need to have is you need to submit your symbol. Come up with a symbol that is going to be used to identify you in the ballot paper and submit it to IEBC. You also need to have a certificate of clearance from ORPP. ORPP is the body that is mandated with registering political parties in Kenya, and so they are going to verify that you are not registered or you are not a member of any other political party in Kenya. The next document that you need to submit, and this is one of the documents where there's a bit of difference with the one for requirement of an MCA, is you need to submit a list of 2,000 registered voters within your county. So you need to submit a list of their names, signature, and electoral number. Remember, of 2,000 voters. When you are submitting this list, you need to submit it both as a hard copy and as a soft copy. So the hard copy should be printed in an A4 paper. Remember to serialize it. The next document that you need to provide is you need to provide details of your physical office. And you need to have had your physical office at least 45 days from the date of election, so that IEBC can come and verify your physical address and your location. You also need to submit the application form for a senator. So download this and fill it. Remember that you will need to have 2 people who are members of your county but are not registered in any political party to sign for you this application form. Remember, ladies, when you're filling this application form, to please fill your names the way they appear in the voter's card or in the voter's register. Kindly do not swap your names. Don't use nicknames or don't introduce a new name. Adhere or align yourself with the one with the elections register. The way your name appears is the way it should appear on this form. The last document that you need to submit, and this is also where there's another difference whether you're vying as an MCA, as a senator, is you need to draw a banker's check of 25,000 Kenya shillings in favor of IEBC. Remember, ladies, that our male counterparts are paying 50,000 Kenya shillings. This difference is because IEBC and Kenya at large is trying to encourage more women to get into the political arena. And so they're giving us an incentive by giving us a lower cost or a lower figure to pay for our candidature. I want to implore you women out there, can we take advantage of this incentive? And can more of us get in the political field? Remember, in the last 2 elections that were held in Kenya, only 3 women were elected as senators, respectively. Can we join hands together to see into it that in the next election that is coming, this number increases and it increases upwards? Thank you for joining me today and for listening in. Bye-bye.